Hey, everybody. Welcome.
I'm Daniel. This is Nathan. We're the Proper Goons. Thank you for joining us today. I gotta get something off my chest, and it's not like the... Okay, how you doing?
Is it your bra?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay. Let's turn that around.
Okay. How you doing?
Well, I'm okay, but we're gonna turn around the okay and good to not so okay and like what the fuck. You ready for this?
I guess.
Okay. I was... do you know, you might have heard this of this guy.
The Muffin Man?
OJ Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I know the juice.
The juice, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, did you hear about this interview that just popped out?
When he
2000?
admits to killing his wife. He doesn't even admit to it. He just it's like when I killed Nicole.
Did you watch it?
I just saw like a little bit of it.
Then you have no idea. It was like it was eerie. So it was like, I guess, this interview that happened in 2006 when he wrote the book. What was the book called? If I had done it, or something like that, right?
It was
If I had done it, or if I did it, something like that, right? You get it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. Fact check. And so he was interviewing, like, it's like part of promoting the book, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do different interviews, and that was an interview that was happening for that, I guess, in 2006. But no, that isn't. I don't know. As far as I understand it, that's what the deal was, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe that was an interview later. But the book, he got in trouble for writing that book because he was trying to profit from the deaths of people, right?
Yeah.
So the family like sued him for that. So
I shouldn't laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this interview, he I think the only one that I got to see was like about 6 minutes long, right? And I know there's a lot of cuts and edits or whatever, but he starts talking about how the murder happened. Okay? And the way he was talking about it was like he kept saying hypothetical. Remember when this is hypothetical, okay? Because he's covering his own ass. Mm-hmm. And then he starts talking about him and this guy Charlie. And he's like, Charlie and I were driving, and I was going over to her house to check up on her. And in the interview where I loved what she did, she kept like pushing him for like details and stuff, which kind of got interesting because what he was supposed to do there is just give a brief description of if he was responsible for that, how it would have happened, right? But there is a lot of key answers in there that made me freaking like shiver, bro. Like freaky.
Wow.
So he'll say like, okay, so say someone's like, I'm telling you to pretend like you did this thing, right? And then so like you have to go through talking about it. And he's talking about, she goes, where'd you park? He's like, I don't really want to get into details or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. But then she's like, where'd you park? In the back alley, because I didn't want them to see where, Charlie and I. Charlie's this guy that he was with the whole time, supposedly. I'm thinking Charlie's the guy that he sees as himself that did it. Okay?
That makes a lot of sense.
So he gets out of the car and he like talks about, oh yeah, I'm driving. I have a knife under my seat because I don't carry a gun because it's not illegal, and I deal with like weird people all the time, so I like to have that on me because that makes me feel more safe. Mm-hmm. Right? Because he's a celebrity.
Yeah,
makes sense. Then he talks about how he gets out and walks in the back, and then this is one of the things that really stuck with me. She goes, so you walked through the gate. Was the gate open? Was it locked? Was it closed? What happened? He's like, his answer was, keep in mind he's pretending that this is all hypothetical.
Yeah, right.
What could have happened? What would have happened, right?
Right.
So if he's making it up, he can make it up, right? I opened the gate. Oh, no, the gate was open.
There was balloons tied to the lock.
He says this, I don't recall. I don't remember. Which is very weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of stuck with me. That was like, why would he say he doesn't remember? If I'm telling you a fake story,
yeah,
how am I going to not remember if I'm giving you a fake story that I'm making up? Because we all know this is hypothetical, right?
Right.
That was like huge for me. I was like, oh my gosh. And that was just the beginning. And then he starts talking about like, the altercation, and then everything going blank, and then boom, everything's covered with blood. And he talks about other little details like I left and I got Charlie, we left, and then I parked behind my house in an alleyway, and I ran past, and he like nonchalantly goes, and I ran past 2 tennis courts and then got to my house. She's like, 2 tennis courts? Because he's saying it's super weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, I went through the back, so it was my neighbor and my own backyard. We both have tennis courts. And I ran past. And these kind of things are like so vivid memories. Like this is like, it's not necessarily something that seemed like he was just making up.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like he was really reenacting. He was reenacting what happened. And so they're calling this interview The Lost Confession, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it is eerie. And like, if you ever thought,
I gotta watch it.
Those of you, if you ever like maybe had a little bit of like, maybe he didn't do it. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe he didn't do it. You watch this and you're like,
damn,
this guy is a psycho. He's so manipulative. He's a liar, and he's a murderer. Just watch. It's on YouTube. You could easily check it out. That like made me like, it like hit me like, oh shit. Because I didn't grow up, like I wasn't old enough to remember when like that chase was happening. I don't really remember that. I don't know if you do. So it doesn't like, it's not, I didn't remember him playing.
I totally remember it.
So I don't know him as the football star either, right? I knew
man.
him as just this guy that got acquitted of murder, right?
Shit.
And that's it. And watching that is just like, that's significant. That's huge. And I can't believe it took this long for that to get released, right? I mean,
yeah.
Holy shit. Watch that shit.
Okay. Sounds pretty fucked up.
It is fucked up.
You know what else is fucked up?
What?
What happened? I thought it was more current than this, but I guess you just recently got out of the hospital. I'm going to Tarantino this shit. Tell you the end
Yeah, now
first.
I know the end. Okay. So this chick's in the hospital. Like,
yeah.
Okay. Can I break this down, or do you want to just tell it? Like, for example, like, am I saying a mental hospital, or am I saying like I got hurt hospital? Oh, you want? Okay, go ahead.
Let's learn. Okay. So on the 6th of February.
Of what year?
This year.
Oh, that wasn't long ago.
Okay, don't be an asshole. Let me tell my story.
That wasn't long ago. Is all
Okay,
I
I'm
said.
just saying then.
Hey,
I'm just
wait,
saying
wait.
like a blanket of don't be an asshole right now.
Okay, all I said was
I know.
that wasn't that long ago.
I know what you said.
I was on your side because you said
okay.
It's not that current.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to.
I see. Okay.
Because it wasn't
hey,
that long
then
ago.
you weren't being an asshole. We're good.
What's the date?
February 6th.
Wasn't that long ago, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it wasn't.
I'll shut up and listen.
I've heard a couple of different stories. I read several different articles on it because it fucking freaked me out and fascinated me at the same time.
Then you know it's a freaky story.
Yeah.
Get on with it.
Yeah. So, young Kylie Mutthart.
That's really her name?
I'm pretty sure.
Is that what's disgusting about the story right now?
It's not her
last
name. Her name is the least disgusting part.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
So, I guess she saw her friend walk into a church.
Walk into a church.
Yeah.
Daytime, nighttime.
Daytime. Okay. While this Kaylee Mutthart was high as shit on, as she so well eloquently put, bad meth. Because there's good meth, I guess. Right? What the fuck?
How silly is that?
Yeah.
So, can I ask, 'cause she's a druggie then. So, how old is she? I was thinking like a young girl for some reason.
Her birthday was the day before this incident, and she turned 20.
Oh, she's young.
Her mom claimed that she was going to admit her the day before, but it was her birthday. It just seemed weird. They were going to do it that next day.
To rehab.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next day she's like, "Oh, I am gonna go rehab. I'm gonna get fucked up," and then so she gets high on bad meth
as opposed to good, and apparently God starts talking to her and tells her that there must be a sacrifice for your friend to live. Or the other article I said was that the world was going to end, and the only way that you could save the world is by sacrificing her fucking eyeballs.
Her own?
Yeah. So, church is going on. All of a sudden, they hear a blood-curdling scream. And everybody runs outside to see her holding her own eye. She goes into detail later when she gets out of the hospital, and that's the video I just saw.
So you see her talking about it?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So they're all coming out of church hearing a scream.
I don't think she was ever in the church. I think she was just outside.
Sure.
Yeah.
And other people were in church?
Yeah. Yeah.
So everyone comes out,
yeah,
including
to see
her
this
best
bitch
friend.
holding her eye.
A single
Apparently,
eye. One eye, right?
Yeah,
Not the second.
Apparently, after having this discussion with Jesus,
I like it you say it like this is Jesus' fault. She took the
bad
math.
She talks about how clear it was to her, like what she needed to do, and how she took these 3 fingers and put them behind her eye, and as hard as she could, just,
scooped.
Yeah, just scooped it.
Just scooped that shit out.
And as she's holding her eye in front of everyone, she pulls out the other one. And they're both just dangling. And then she squishes them.
Like stomps on them?
No, because they're attached.
Oh, with her hands?
Yeah. She's immediately life-flighted out. She's still freaking out. It took a team of police officers to, restrain her.
So why? Why is she freaking out at this point? Because she's in pain? From pain? Or is she freaking out?
That and the whole world ending, I'm on meth kind of thing. I think that the meth had a little bit to do with it.
That probably got something to do with it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. You're like, you're such a fucking dumbass, Daniel. He's like, in short. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You do that a lot, I noticed.
Yeah.
Now. I just realized.
Yeah.
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 So now I'm gonna fast forward to when she got out. Okay, she's at home and they're interviewing her, and she's sitting there, and she's still. I don't know if she's still bruised from the whole incident, but they basically had to cauterize her eyes. She's fucking blind forever.
Well, yeah, she squished her freaking eyeballs.
Yeah, she squished them.
So she's blind. Okay.
I hope the Lord helps her to see. I'll just say that. Zing.
That's so fucked up. I don't like shit like that.
Sorry, man.
You're gonna go to hell right next to OJ Simpson, bro.
No,
You're gonna be chilling.
I don't do good meth or bad meth, so I think I'm okay.
Good meth or bad. So okay, she's in the hospital.
She's no, she's out now. She's at home. Well, they're interviewing in front of her house. I don't know when this actually took place, but it was recently. And
he's talking about the interview.
Kaylee, she's bruised like this. It's just hella dark right here. I don't know if that's just what her fucking face looks like now, or if it's still
probably because she
damaged.
shoved 6 fingers down the back of her eyes.
3 each. Yeah. I don't want to over exaggerate. That's all. I'm just making
My daughter
sure
knows how to count to 10, bro.
Okay.
Okay.
She should teach
It probably has to do with her sticking her 6 fingers down her eyes and ripping them out.
Her esophagus.
You ever get punched in the eye and then have a black eye?
Yes.
She fucking ripped her eyes out.
Yeah.
She's going to have a black eye for a couple months,
All
man.
right, so she's talking about it, and she's way too calm about it.
Is she
It's
sober?
weird, dude.
Is she sober?
Yeah, she's sober now.
Okay. So when you say calm, it was
it's not a big deal to her anymore. That's what it took for her to get off drugs.
Oh.
No tears. I mean, I don't even know if she has tear ducts anymore. I don't know
cry?
how that works.
Can you cry?
Fact check.
Does she have eyes, or was she wearing sunglasses? Did you know?
She did not have eyes. It was you could tell it was kind of sunk.
But her eyelids were down?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she had them closed the whole time.
So were the
I wish
eyelids...
she opened them because I like to...
Were the eyelids, rounded or
They were they were kind of
in?
Yeah, they were kind of sloped a little bit.
Can you open and close your eyelids without eyes?
I don't know.
Fact check.
Damn.
Dude, this got me thinking about a bunch of crazy things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she's talking about the whole thing, and she's talking about how much support she's getting and stuff, and
because she's sober now,
and how she feels so much better, and she starts blaming marijuana as a gateway drug.
Oh my gosh.
And it just I don't know that many people that have just jumped from marijuana to meth. And when I say I don't know that many, I know 0. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
But she's super calm, and her mom is like trying to like. She keeps trying to like hand her stuff. Like, you want to eat these?
Mom does.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
Mom.
you want to eat these grapes?
Does
and
she
she's
just
like,
want to be in camp?
like-
Don't do that. Don't. She's like, she lives like a king now because she gets fed the grapes, right? Like King Midas. Oh no.
And she makes this
That's
joke
so
at the
messed
end.
up.
I was watching it with Jen, my wife, and we both like just started laughing. We're like, "There's no way she's off fucking drugs right now. There's no way she stopped drugs."
She's probably on some painkillers.
Because she says like, "You just have to keep going. You have to keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. What do we do?" And then she like laughs about it, and I was like, "What the shit?
So,
like, how is this funny to her right now?"
Mid-talking, she
Yeah.
starts...
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. What do? We swim.
Is that from Finding Dory?
Yeah. I don't know. It's from Finding Nemo. Yeah.
No, that's the new one.
They didn't do that in the new one.
Yes, she did.
Okay, well then she did in both.
The whole one about the new one was her looking for her parents, so she had to keep swimming,
No, but
bro.
she tells
I
Nemo,
have a
when she
2-year-old. Bro, I know what I'm talking about. This is the only type of movie I'm ever going to have a good reference for. So let me have it,
I'm
man.
not gonna, okay, all right, all right. I won't even fact check it. But
Thank
you're
you.
fucking wrong.
No, you could. I am so right. Did I ever seem this confident with a movie fact? Ever. Look at the confidence.
No.
Look at my eyes. That's so mean.
Yeah.
At least she's happy about
Yeah.
it. Whatever.
It's not like she can come find us. Because
she's blind.
A dog can't walk from here to South Carolina. You know?
Did you accidentally get an accent saying South Carolina?
Yeah. I don't know
feel
why
like
that
was an
threw in.
accident.
Yeah. South Carolina.
I like that you played it off though.
Yeah.
That was good.
So
that's it.
that's it.
And clean and sober, living with her parents, 20 years old.
Apparently. I don't
She's
believe
gonna have
it.
to learn how to read.
I think she's
breath.
I think
I
she's
don't
just
know
back
if
on
she's
good
like
meth.
it's not kicked in yet. How difficult her life's gonna be now.
Yeah.
And you know what? I really hope that she like really turns. I don't know. You're not that type of guy, but I'd like to see her really turn this around.
I would too.
Like become like maybe a public speaker and talk about, and not mid speech start singing Nemo shit, but like, I mean, like actually motivate other people and show them example. Like look
what I did to my face.
Look what I did myself
can't.
because I was on drugs.
Yeah.
Like, are you?
That's
freaky.
That would be awesome.
And then at the end, she'd be like, ah! Right?
Yeah. It'd fucking scar a whole bunch of kids.
And they would probably not take any bad meth.
Yeah, you shouldn't say
She shouldn't say bad meth. She should say, I took meth.
Yeah.
And I had a bad story.
But she talks about how there was other chemicals involved in it, and she and that's what made her pull her eyes out.
You know, I don't know.
I don't know
like
either.
I said, I don't know anybody that does that, so I don't know.
And I've never met anybody that either took their eyes out.
I wonder if she had any like background in like her family's background have like any like disorders or anything like that, or issues with like mental health, because like those types of things, like drugs will bring those traits out of people.
Absolutely.
Like paranoia, things like that, when normally you don't feel like you carry
pumps
that.
blood into your demons, man.
That's so crazy. I don't know.
I hope that genetically her family never had good eyesight, so she's not missing out on much. That'd be the silver lining of this.
Maybe just more people should wear glasses. It's like a shield.
Tink. Oh, yeah, I'm not supposed to do that.
Don't do that.
Duh.
Oh my
Stupid
God.
meth.
Did you hear about that dad that had his kid run a mile to school?
No.
Okay, this just recently happened. It was in North Carolina.
Was it really?
Somewhere like that, yeah. And his kid was bullying other kids apparently on like the bus, in addition like misbehaving in class. And so he consistently got busted for bullying kids on the bus. Mm-hmm. So they suspended him from the bus for 3 days because of his behavior.
Right.
Dad says that's unacceptable. You're not going to take the bus all week now we're not going to drive you to school. You lost that privilege, and you need to learn your lesson.
Awesome.
You're going to run to school. And this little freaking 8-year-old kid or this young kid.
Oh, wow.
Like Evan.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like your son. Run into school. He's in his backpack. It's a mile, just about a mile away from home. A mile's nothing. Dad is driving behind the kid for those crazy parents out there that are already pissed off about this, what I'm talking about. Dad's already driving behind. He's supervising, making sure that he's safe. He's not
okay.
He's not having his
All right,
kid
good. I like this now.
streak
All right.
to school sprint to school by himself.
Yeah.
Okay? He's following behind him, okay? And in this particular video, it's raining outside, okay? A little fucked up. But he decided he was the father has 2 kids, older son, younger daughter. Kid decided to misbehave and mess with his daughter, right? And hurt her or hurt her feelings or whatever, right? He wasn't nice to her, so instead of being driven to school in the rain, he had to run in the rain. And then he's going on this rant about, see, this is the problem. We have to be parents to our kids. We shouldn't be friends to our kids.
Right.
I'm teaching my kid his lesson, and guess what? All the teachers in his school approve. Why? Because guess what happened to his behavior? You think he's still fucking around in class?
Shit, no.
No.
Running to school in the rain?
The kid does not want to run to school, which is good for him. Good that he's not this little fat ass, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sitting on the couch all day. He's actually able to run a mile to school. That's impressive on its own. So he's not only punishing his kid with exercise, something that's beneficial, but what is the result of that punishment? Is now he's behaving better in school, and he understands why, and that if something happens, he will be held accountable for it. So many lessons in just this simple thing of having his kid run. Do you think that's cool to do?
He has my full support.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Because what do? You can't spank your kid, right? People go irate about it. Okay. And I had discussions with my wife about spanking our kid. Even if we were okay with it, my daughter, her personality is not one to be spanked. She'll laugh it off. She needs to be like
burned.
That's messed up. Like she needs to be like punished by like taking things away, not playing with her toys, whatever, things like that, right? It's like a mental
right.
thing. Yeah, she doesn't care if I tap her in the butt, she won't face. She'll laugh, legit, like laugh. It's hilarious. But I don't think that you should spank your kids. That's a bad message. In addition to that, what do? People are tripping about timeouts now, right? That's not good for mental health and stuff like that. So what ways are we supposed to, really teach our kids accountability and punishment?
Make your kids run in the rain.
Make them run in the rain. Make them run in the rain. Would you do that to Evan?
Shit, yeah.
I want to hear one day that you do that if he really messes up.
Yeah, I'd do that.
Would your lady be cool with that?
I don't know.
What do you think? No, I don't think so.
Probably not.
But if you followed him to school, how far is his school, though?
I'd probably have to run to work the next day.
Heck of far.
Yeah, he couldn't do it to school. He couldn't run.
Just have him run after school before homework, like around the block.
Yeah,
a quarter mile, whatever.
I'm gonna hold on to that.
No, thank you for that lesson. I have one critique, but I understand why it's beneficial. Right? The dude recorded it and posted it on social media. Right?
That probably wasn't the best idea.
The only benefit I think to that, I don't agree with that really, and I would never do that. But there is a benefit to that because look at what it's showing. He's like showing the world really what it is to parent and discipline. And if he didn't do that, we wouldn't be talking about it. And and people are at uproar. Some love what he has done. And some don't. And I think it's important that he did post that because we need to talk about this because there is a problem with discipline in this country. And people need to fucking...
I think it's way too avoided. I think people are way too soft on their kids.
There's too many people out there that are fathers and mothers. But it's very different to be a parent and really be a guardian to your kid. And teach them what's right and wrong. Because it's not about keeping your kid happy by being their friend or doing what they want to do.
You're preparing them for life.
You're raising a human being. And you want them to be good fucking people.
Right.
And I think you're doing a good job with that.
Thanks, man. You too.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might have not met the best human beings in the world, but we're making pretty good parents.
I'm a better parent than I am a person.
Yeah.
As far as like who I am, and it's a totally different thing. It's super cool. Parents out there, cheers to you. Keep up the good work.
Unless you're one of those fucking parents that just ignores your child as they're screaming down a grocery store aisle. What the fuck? Get your shit together,
and don't
people.
tell your kid to shut their fucking mouth or anything like that.
Yeah, and don't ignore them either. Find a happy medium.
Walk them aside.
Yeah.
Explain to them why it's wrong, and then if they can't handle themselves, leave. And then they'll understand they can't act that way.
When Evan was really little, I might have told you and everybody this, but when
you
Evan
see my
was
grin? I really want to hear this story.
When Evan was really little, that was my trick, man. Like we'd be at a restaurant and I'd be like, hey, I'd tell him one time, I'd be like, hey, you need to act accordingly. You're in a restaurant. And then I would tell the person that works there, like our food server or whoever, I'm like, hey, can you just like give my kid a good look, like a stern look, and just tell him to not act like that. And they're like, well, I don't know.
Like
I'm
your
not
waiter or something?
Yeah. They're like, I'm not comfortable doing that. But other people would be like, all right. And they would
No
do
way.
it.
Some
and he would
people
just
did?
be like his whole demeanor would immediately change.
Yeah.
If I couldn't get that to happen, because that one worked every time. If I
Yeah.
couldn't get that to happen, I'd pick him up and I'd take him outside and I'd put my hands on his shoulders.
Yeah.
So he can't get
Attention.
distracted
Yeah.
or anything. He's looking right at me and I'd be like, you're getting us kicked out of here.
Yeah.
We can't go back in unless you change your attitude.
Yeah.
And it would work.
And what if it doesn't?
Then I'd leave.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Because I don't want to affect everyone else's evening in this restaurant.
So I know we do have some viewers that are our age, a little bit older, or even younger that have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think that was a proper punishment? And what do you guys do with your kids? Like, what kind of punishments do you do that work, and what doesn't work? Have you ever tried something like that? My kid is just barely turning 2, right? So I have a lot of that coming up. I'm trying to prep up.
Yeah.
So I just need to stay on top of my game. If you guys have any tips, let us know. Other than that,
oh, and if you're a parent and you're a good parent, don't let your children take bad meth and rip their eyes out. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for the Proper Goons. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. We're out.